Shine, and it's Mer World Card Time, and we have Dan, the great curator, and we are between two slabs. Everyone, good
What's up, guys?
evening. This is Merlin and
Sorry, we're a little
Dan.
bit late. Sorry, we're a little bit late.
Yes.
We had to take care of a couple technical issues, but we're here. Thank you for guys for waiting for us. We got Viking in the house.
We do. Oh yeah, Viking sword. Brian Adams, the singer, love it. Love your songs, man.
Brian's in the house. He's first
Jago.
here. Jago.
Prodigy card collector.
Prodigy the card collector. Okay, we'll give a few minutes for people to file in here.
And for anybody, if this is your first time on the show, you can check me out at Mer World Cards on Instagram, and also my eBay store and my YouTube is also Mer World Cards. And you can catch Dan at the Great Curator on Instagram and as well on YouTube. But I don't think you have the same eBay name, do you?
No, I have a different one. I don't really sell too much stuff on eBay.
Okay.
No, because I feel like people are like will try to run up my auctions and things like that. So I have to keep that. You know, all my enemies will try to get at me through my eBay.
Oh no. Yeah. Global sports card investor. Gets Mervin's in the house. Good to see y'all guys. Derek Gonzalez. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's and a holiday. Dan, did you have a good one?
I did. Australia's in the house. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about, but I just want to hear about your New Year's. You have a good New Year's? Everything's good?
We did. This is the first time we spent it here at our new residence, and I have a gorgeous, huge patio in the back, which overlooks the entire skyline of downtown LA. And I didn't realize, and the patio is upstairs, so it's a high floor. So we're on a hill, so we have a gorgeous view of downtown. And I didn't realize there's so many fireworks.
Like, guys, he's got that Luca RPA money. See, that's what Luca RPA money gets you.
But oh my God, it was like so cinematic. It was just like millions and millions of fireworks. I don't mean like little fireworks you go by at a store. I mean, these were like hardcore, like commercial fireworks that you see at a 4th of July event. So it was amazing. And then we had about 8 people over, but it was all my neighbors, and we just sat on the patio. It was kind of cold for LA, but we had a nice paleo dinner. I think I told you. So a very healthy dinner and very, laid back versus, what I've usually done in the past. But last year we didn't do anything. It was my girlfriend and I ate out of, boxes last year.
Yeah. The pandemic year.
Yes, exactly.
Pretty crazy.
So it was nice. So Jesse Trades, Happy New Year, guys. Any chance I can listen to the Curator? I'll take it. Huge lesson.
Thank you, sir. What's up, Jesse? Charles is in the house.
Oh, Dan, I have some good news for you too, and for the listeners out there and viewers.
Oh, the big news! The big news.
Yeah.
Let's wait. Let's get to the 25 people in the chat.
You want to watch it? Okay. Oh yeah, let's do that. Don't want to rush it.
Let's just say hi to all our friends here. Up, Money Mike's in the house.
Good to see you, buddy. Mervin, like your new photo, Mervin.
Yeah. Yes, the whatnot deals are going to be coming soon, so I will talk about that for sure.
Oh, can't wait to hear about this.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you were in whatnot finally. You finally got accepted.
I finally got approved. I got to do this whole onboarding system where I meet with them, and I like an online thing, and I had to learn how their system works. But once I do that, I think they're gonna make me do it every week or something.
Oh really?
They want me. Yeah, they want consistency with it. So which is kind of a little bit nerve wracking because I gotta. I don't even know what to do, guys. I don't know what I'm going to sell on there. I don't even know how I'm going to get all I don't know how I'm going to get all this different product and put it there on a weekly basis. So it's pretty kind of I was like, oh, crap. I thought it was going to be like eBay where I could just do whatever I want.
Right.
At my own pace. But I think it's more of an obligation. So we can definitely talk about that. And I'll get you guys' feedback on this.
Yeah, we'll need your link as well so we can check it out.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm just gonna throw up a whole bunch of random stuff. There'll be toys, action figures, Funko Pops, comic books, all different types of cards, wrestling, Star Wars, Marvel, sports. There'll be raw cards, slabs, whatever I have around the house. I'll just put it on there and see.
You're not gonna be able to leave the room. I think
I know, right?
All week. No one's gonna see you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get through some of these questions, and then you can make your big
hello, sports. Hey guys, are you doing the Cardstock show at the new location in Van Nuys? I'll be there for sure. Glad you asked. Yes, we are now doing that. I know I was going to do it, but we were also thinking about going to Las Vegas, but the Las Vegas show isn't going to happen now, and I think they're kind
Yeah.
of joining together to do this big show
Yeah, that was
at the end of
crazy.
the month.
I couldn't believe that they rescheduled that show because I guess COVID concerns.
Oh,
I
really?
suspect, yeah, maybe I suspect there's something different though. But like, I mean, that was pretty shocking. So, anyways, that's okay. When things happen, we just pivot, we adjust. So instead of going to Vegas, for me, I was going to go to Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
But now that that's canceled, now I'm just going to go to the Cardstock show, which is cool because I want to support that guy Chris. He's a super cool dude, and I want to support his show and see how big he can make that. And we'll be talking more about that soon.
Right, and we'll leave a link, whatever, at the comments at the end of the show, so you can. I think it's going to be at the end of the month, the 28th or 29th. No, 29th and 30th of January.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-day show. Let's just talk about this a little bit right now, but it's
Okay.
going to be a 2-day show. He's been running these shows every month for the last year, basically, or half the year. But now he's moving into a bigger location, which is going to be easier for parking and things like that. So that's pretty
parking
cool.
was a bitch.
Yeah. I saw some of the pictures on their Instagram page. If you guys don't follow him, go follow him on Instagram. He's like the Cardstock Trading Show on Instagram.
Cardstock Trading Show.
Yeah, he wants to come on here and promote the show, so we might have him as one of our first guests. We just got to figure out how to do that. And then I'm thinking like if we support him enough, then maybe the show can be one of our sponsors of Between Two Slabs. That's what I'm thinking here. So like everybody needs to, try to support this guy. Add him on Instagram, send him messages. If you're in Southern California or anywhere where you can travel, go try to check out that show, and let's see if we can help promote the show to the point where it becomes like a major show.
Exactly. And if you go to Dan or mine archives on YouTube, you could probably see us filming or vlogging at these shows in the past, and they're always packed.
Yeah, I have not made a vlog of that, but I think you did for sure.
Yeah, I did.
No,
I think I did too. I did 2 or 3.
Okay, yeah. So you can that's the old location. That was the old location. They're going to move to a bigger one, and as if it's anything like the old location, those shows are always packed.
Yes.
So it should be good. I'm very excited to see what Chris can do with it. And Chris is a super passionate collector.
He is.
And he's always just trying to make a good event for people to enjoy themselves. They don't charge a lot of money. I think at the last show they charged like $3 a ticket, which is like nothing, guys. So I don't know if he's going to charge more for the tickets, but I know that he tries to produce quality events.
Yeah, so and before he did the one at the Marriott, I did one of his first shows that was in Encino, and it was outside, and it was a gorgeous location, for outdoors, and he had it already. He had pop-up tents for every dealer, so you had shade and everything, and I had one of my best shows ever there.
Yeah, and what I think is going to be unique that nobody's even talking about is that this is going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is going to be the first 2-day show in Southern California, right? There hasn't been any other SoCal show that's been 2 days.
Well, no, the premiere shows were though.
The premiere shows were not 2 days.
Yeah, the one he had like in July or whatever was a 2-day.
At the gym?
Mm-hmm. It was.
Oh, okay. Well, who knows? Maybe, yeah, this would be the second 2-day show.
I think that was the problem. Nobody came on that Sunday.
Oh, that's right. I think I did do this show. That was like a one-time thing.
You were there.
I think they went back to like doing 1 day a week, 1-day shows. Now they're doing 2-day shows, but in 2 different locations on Saturday and Sunday. So that's not really the same thing. But this one, I don't know what that area is like. I don't know if there's a hotel nearby or whatever. But if this can become a destination show, then that could be very interesting. The thing about destination shows, they have to be 2 days or 3 days long because they have to make it worthwhile for people to fly in and attend these shows. So I'll be interested to see how he kind of structures that if he makes it worthwhile. But I'm definitely rooting for him.
Yeah, I think if you came from outside of the city, I guess the best place to stay in around that area would be in Sherman Oaks, California.
Yeah. Is there an airport nearby there? I mean, that's kind of like your area,
well, there's
right?
Van Nuys, and then there's Burbank Airport.
Okay. That Burbank is still pretty far from that place, though. I think.
I mean, you just might as well just fly into LAX.
Yeah.
It's still
Actually,
not
no,
that bad.
it's not that
405.
far.
No,
Yeah, it's
no,
not that far.
no. It's really close.
But if you guys are interested in this, maybe we can have Chris on and we'll talk to him about it and he can tell us what his vision is for this show. I think that might be an interesting conversation to have.
He's a fun guy. Yes. Hey,
Yeah.
Flippin' Steve, you guys going to Atlanta in February? I would love to, man. How about you, Dan?
I'm thinking about it, and
Okay.
what would really push me over the edge is if you go with me. So we might have to take between two
let's
slabs.
talk. Yes, let's do
We
it.
might have to, yeah. Let's see how Dallas goes, and then we can try to talk about going to Atlanta.
I saw a posting of it, and I was actually thinking about it last night, and I was like, let me ask Dan. Steve, are you going to go?
Supposedly, they're going to have like a basketball court in the middle of the show and have like games and stuff like that, which is interesting as an attraction. But I don't know if that's really going to do anything to help us if we're vendors there, except be like a distraction.
Yeah, I can see the ball just like landing right onto my table.
Oh my god! Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh! So, but it's supposed to be one of the biggest shows on the in the South, on the East Coast. So I don't know.
Have you ever been to Atlanta?
Never. That's why I need to. That's why I need to bring you with me because I'm scared to go out there by myself.
Don't worry, there's a lot of Asians in Atlanta. It's okay.
Okay.
Yes. It's a metropolitan city.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. That's
more
at the
people
end of
talk
February.
like me. That's the difference.
Yeah. Okay. That's at the end of February, so we'll talk about that. I definitely want to, like, my goal for 2022, I've said this before, is I want to go to a lot of more national shows.
Me too.
Like outside of California. So I think that'd be cool. And then we could make some really good content around that show, I think, too.
Definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that, guys.
And some good food.
Yeah.
Global sports card investor. My new year was relaxing with my 4 kiddos, going on a 7-day holiday with their mom, my ex-wife. That's hilarious. Okay. Ian Undercover. I'm going to snipe away when you run cards on whatnot. Ian's going to get you, man.
As long as you run it up, Ian, I'm okay with that. As long as you run it up.
He should play the saxophone too while he's at it. Charles, Mint Collective in Vegas in March. They moved the date. Yes.
Yes. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But there's another card show in March in Vegas, like the big one where they're going to rent out the football stadium. So
really?
I don't know what. Yeah. So I don't know
where the Raiders play.
Yeah, that's a separate show that was promoted by a sports card investor. So I don't know if they're going to combine shows or if there's going to be 2 major shows in Vegas. And then also that weekend is Dallas too. I mean, that month is Dallas. So there's going to be a lot of activity going on that month.
Yeah. Dallas show falls on my birthday. I think March 7th weekend.
Right.
Jordan Riker. Dan, maybe you can buy cards from your viewers at 80% comps.
maybe
to have inventory.
We'll talk about it.
Ian, got any Ric Flair top auto cards? No, but I'm looking for some. Dan, you?
No, I had a Ric Flair auto. I did trade it away, but I got something really cool for you guys here.
Oh yeah. Do they have Topps auto cards like pulled from pack cards?
Yeah. For Ric Flair. I got the Topps 2021 Transcendent exclusive sets. The Rock and Ric Flair matching number 35 out of 50. There's only 50 of these sets for each of them. There are 25 cards each, The Rock and Ric Flair. They're sealed right now, but
now, what do you mean by Rock and Ric Flair?
They're all Ric Flair. This one is all Ric Flair.
Oh, okay.
The other one is all The Rock. Although there's no like label on this, so unless I open it, I don't even know. This guy could have totally stiffed me. Who knows?
Oh yeah.
But I've got these sealed right here. I could, if you guys are interested. Probably not tonight, but I could do like a live unboxing so you guys can see how beautiful these cards are.
It could actually be an entire set of the Blue Meanie.
Yeah, I know, right? Like what happened? I just thought about that. Like there's no marks on this at all. Like how do you know which is the Rock, which is the Flair, right?
Yeah, no. Like how are you going to sell them?
I know, like, but and does it matter if it's sealed? Because they're like a commemorative set. So I'm just wondering if I should open it or if I should just keep it sealed. Let me know what you guys think.
Well, I'd like to get some feedback. Open it up because you're going to have to figure out which one is which.
That's true, unless I sell it as a set because they're matching number. They're matching number 35 in the set.
Wow. Where'd you acquire those?
eBay. I found it on eBay. And they're pretty rare, guys. There's only 50 of these sets, so if you want one of these, you better get it before they're gone. Because I think the people that buy this, they're either going to break them up and sell them individually,
Right.
or they're just going to stash them. Okay. All right. So I think we are over 50 now. You want to make your big announcement?
Oh yes, guys. Between Two Slabs has turned into a podcast. I've gone ahead and I've archived every episode 1 through 7. This is episode 8 today, so this will be archived after the show. That we're already on Spotify. We will have the links in the comments after we finish this show. So we'll have the Spotify and the Buzzsprout, and then we're gonna also eventually be on Apple and Google podcasts as well, and many others. So that is the great news. So we have pretty much gone public now with podcasting, and you'll be able to listen to our podcast in your car or wherever you are, or your Apple TV. What do you think about that, Dan?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. A lot of people were asking about that because they want to listen to us. They don't want to look at us, right? They don't want to look at us, our pretty faces. So they want to actually listen to us. So that's going to be very interesting. I give us probably about like maybe 2 or 3 months before we're on like Joe Rogan status. But I think that it's going to be a fun journey, and we'll see what happens. I don't know anything about that. Merlin's handling that side of it, guys. So I don't even know like how you subscribe or anything like that. But I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so we'll have the links, like you said, below in both of our YouTube channels. We'll have the links in the comments below the videos, so you'll be able to click on the link and go to the podcast and subscribe or do whatever you have to do to make sure you can listen to our podcast, Between Two Slabs, in your car.
And you know what, guys? Like, I'm going to put this out there right now. If we grow this community enough, we will do like Between Two Slabs live at some major card show in the future. It'll be a big party. Let's work towards those goals. Okay, guys?
Let's do it.
Okay. Money Mike,
what were the first packs of cards you guys remember opening as a kid? Dan, you go first.
I can distinctly remember Marvel being one of my first packs.
Oh, really?
Open. Yes, 1992 Marvel Universe Impel series. I remember because I used to be able to buy those at Target and Toys R Us for like $1.50 a pack or something like that. So those are my earliest memories of opening things.
This one's going to date me. I remember as a little boy, my great-grandparents buying me a box of 1979 Topps football. That was my first pack. Ooh, and then that was what they always bought me for Christmas or my birthday. Always like a box of baseball or football. And I also had like the 1980 that had the Ricky Henderson rookie in it too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know.
If you could just have the presence of mind to go back there and just stock up on all that stuff, which it's funny because like, okay, now I say that, right? Like, let's just say you go back to 1979, you could buy all the stuff you want. You would do that in hindsight, but we are in a stage right now where we could do that. We could buy up all this stuff. And if we're just patient enough to sit on it for 40 years, then it would be, amazing, valuable collectibles, but nobody has that kind of patience, right?
I know, exactly. City by the Bay, any advice on other alternatives out there to sell cards or slabs? Yeah, there's like so many. I mean,
yeah. I know that Cardstock, you love CommC. I'll promote My Slabs. Yeah, My Slabs is a great site for that, and I'll tell you why. I think that because number one is that they only charge 1% fees for the My Slab people, but you also have to use PayPal, so you have to charge 3% on that, so it's 4% total on that. And there's really no return policies on that site unless there's like misrepresentation involved with the product, but they only accept slabbed cards, like graded cards. So really you get what you see on the pictures. The only thing about My Slabs is like they don't have an app for it. So it's all desktop right now. That's the only drawback, but eventually they'll probably come up with an app. But I like My Slabs a lot. I buy and sell on that platform. And then I think you love CommC, right?
Yes, and I just submitted some more just recently to CommC, and they'll take raw cards, and they also take see here, they'll also take raw or graded. Which one is that okay? Hold on, which one do you like better? Is that better? My sound, my
that's,
voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out. I just got this microphone like a couple weeks ago. But anyway, I just sent a bunch of graded cards to CommC, and I put them on auction, and a bunch of cards that I couldn't even sell like half of the price that I had them listed for, that they ended up selling more than the actual listed price I had them for to begin with before I put them into the Merlin half price box. So I was, and they were like crappy cards. I mean, like some were like Sam Ellinger or someone, people don't even star, non-stars. And I was surprised to get that much money. But on the other hand, there was some cards that I thought I was going to get, $100, $200 for, and they only went for like 20, 25. And they were, like big stars. So go figure, like, LeBron James.
Yeah. So
it's weird. So it's a crapshoot.
Right. But if anybody from CommC ever watches this, please sponsor Merlin because he's one of your biggest fans.
Oh yeah, but it's pretty good. I mean, I've been moving that stuff, and the thing was, that you have to put in like the bank, so you have to pull money in from PayPal, and so I think Cardstock is the same way. And I know you can't stand that, Dan. Have to put money into the account in order to purchase things or make a negotiation. Well, you can still purchase through CommC something, but you can't have a negotiation. You can't try to make an offer without that money. So if something's for $500 and you're like, well, I want to make an offer for $350, then you have to make sure you have $350 into your CommC account in order for that negotiation to happen. But the thing is, it's great because all those junk cards that I've ended up selling, that I'm so happy to get rid of, and my girlfriend definitely is happy that I've got rid of it, stuff in my room, that I've gone and used that money and invested in something I could find on a great deal through CommC, and then have them ship it to me that I can take to Dallas for me next week. So it,
excellent.
was a win-win for me. I loved it.
Excellent. Okay, let's get through these comments here.
I love it. Let's do it. IWD Liquidators Inc. Hello, guys. Always great to see this. ...
Welcome, brother.
Thank you,
Good
man.
to see you.
Ian, my first pack was Pro Set Hockey around 91, 92.
Oh, 90s. That was great. I'm a 90s collector too myself.
But that's when I was in college, man. That's when I was selling cards at University of Tennessee. Jago, support the stream by giving it a thumbs up. Thank you, Jago. Please do that.
Appreciate it. Please hit the like button, the thumbs up, all that stuff, guys. That helps us out, and that motivates us to continue to be consistent with this show every week for you guys. Yes,
please. Please hit the subscribe button, the like, leave a comment, do anything. Lewis, I looked it up, $3 for tickets. Oh, at Cardstock talking about the show?
Yeah, $3. That's a super good deal, guys. For the amount of vendors in there, that's really good.
And he has like a great concession stand and everything. So you have plenty of food and drinks, and you can stay there all day. TM, will a person get kicked out if that person tries to sell their cards in the parking lot? Or
no, I don't think so.
On how discreet they are.
Discreet. Yeah, I don't think so. You could do deals anywhere you want, but like you guys have to be inside where the action is. You don't want to be hanging out in the parking lot.
Yeah, it's kind of shady.
Right.
Drug deal or something.
You can do that at like the bigger shows that are at like hotels and stuff. You can definitely hang out in the lobby and do deals, but you don't want to be doing that at those other type of shows where you have to hang out in the parking lot. Plus, you could get robbed too. If you got some really good cards, you could get robbed. So just go inside. Pay the $3, go inside. And you can do deals inside too. You don't have to have a table. Having a table is advantageous, but you can go in there and do deals too. You don't, so don't let that discourage you.
No, don't. Next, City by the Bay. Must be from San Francisco. I want to sell in person, but my local card shop only takes 50% value, and I don't know any other shops who buy cards other than going to card shows.
All right, guys, let me tell you. Okay,
Exactly.
this is going to be a controversial statement, but I'm going to say it anyways. Card shops are not great places to sell cards. They're going to give you lower offers because they have overhead. They have other expenses. They have other expenses, so they need to get cards at good deals for them to make it worthwhile to resell. So going into a card shop, don't expect to get you know, really good deals or fair deals or anything like that. That's just not what they do. Some card stores are fair, but most of them are not, from my experience.
No.
The best places to sell are online. You can, like, in this day and age, anybody can sell anything online. eBay, we just talked about it. eBay, CommC, My Slabs, all these other platforms. Yes, you can do that. You can go to card shows like you mentioned here, or you can sell on other marketplaces and meet the person up, like Facebook, OfferUp, things like that. So there's like 10 different places that you can sell cards. You just have to be creative about it. Yeah, Mercari, all that stuff. But card shops are not good places to sell cards unless you have a good relationship or that the owner is super fair. But most card stores, in my opinion, are not the best place for that.
Okay, next, who do we have? Mervyn, Burbank's not too far. Just go straight down Van Owen.
Yeah, Burbank gives better prices than most, but still they squeeze you guys. I've been there. I've negotiated with them. They do squeeze you. I think they give like 80%, 80, you know, sometimes less than that, like 75. So, you know, but if you're creative, you can get better prices somewhere else.
Yeah, I found really good deals from Burbank cards though, but on eBay, not from their store.
Yeah, yeah.
Cody Williams, what's the painting in the back? Looks like something out of Peter Pan. That's the second time someone made that statement.
Every time I do like a live or anything, people always ask me about this painting. Okay, so real quick, I got to make a video just to explain what this painting is.
It looks more like Pirates of the Caribbean more than Peter Pan.
No, it's just a random painting that I found at an antique flea market. It's like an oil painting. It's not a print, real oil painting, hand carved, wooden frame. But basically, it's like pirate ships doing battle in the night. And there's actually there's 4 pirate ships in this picture, but you can only see there's like 2 of them that you can really see here, and they're just like shooting cannonballs at each other and going battle. And you know, there's probably a backstory to this that I haven't made up yet, but you know, I'm just gonna assume that one of these guys, their ship sunk and everybody died. And
I can imagine.
One guy was victorious. So that's the story behind that. But I found that at an antique flea market and it was awesome. I got it for $40, great deal. And it's been hanging in my office ever since. And it's a great conversation starter for sure.
You should just sell that at your next show and just say it's from Peter Pan.
I don't think I could, guys. I don't think I could sell this. Like, it's one of those like beautiful items that I just love. I mean, if somebody offered me,
it is gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah. If somebody offered me a lot of money, I would take it, but probably not, just because it's such a great conversation starter and I love it. All right, Brian. Thank you so much, Brian Adams. He gave us a tip. Brian's always giving us tips, you know, like Brian. I sent Brian a care package the other week just to thank him, because he's always supporting our channel and he's one of like my day one supporters, and he's always leaving comments and things like that. So I really appreciate Brian a lot. If you guys can go try to follow Brian on his Instagram, Brian, put that in the chat, please, because he's a great dude and he supports the channel a lot.
And where's Brian from? Brian, where are you from?
He is from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. I hope we can meet you one day. Would love to see you.
Yes.
Hero 3, the curator putting in the work as always. This guy's on here 24/7.
I know you guys. You guys are gonna get sick of me at some point. I know it, but I made this promise. I put it in a video, so I have to honor this promise. But I said I was going to be full on 100% committed to bringing content in 2022. So I'm trying to grow the brand. I'm trying to grow the show Between Two Slabs. I'm trying to, just expand the Curator army as much as I can. And I will take this as far as I can go, guys. Like if this becomes super big, it becomes super big. If we cap out at where we are right now, that's okay too. But for at least the next year, I'm going to take this as far as I can, and we'll see what happens with it. That's my commitment to you guys.
Because, dude, you had a show last night too. I was listening while I was doing some work.
Right. That was that was an emergency show just because we had breaking news and I just had to talk about it. I was like so shocked and excited when I saw that news break that I just wanted to jump on and talk to you guys. And we had like 120 people in that room.
I know. I couldn't believe it, man. That was insane.
Yeah. And this was at the same time that Ken Golden was having his live. So, I was like competing with Ken Golden. So I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Yeah. What time did you have it on again?
Like it was from like 8 o'clock, from like 8 to 10 o'clock.
Oh, it was late.
Yeah, 8 to 10 o'clock. But Ken Golden was going at the same time. So I know we were like on at the same time, but it was really cool. So most people we ever had in a chat, and the interaction between the people, like people were, I was trying to go through the comments. I couldn't even get through all the comments because so many people were interacting with each other, which was super crazy to see. So that was cool. So hopefully, you know, between two slabs, we can have something similar like that.
So yeah, so let's talk about that real quick. So I just read it's on CNN that Fanatics acquired Topps for $500 million. It's $500 million, folks.
Is that confirmed?
Is crazy. That's what it's on CNN. Yeah, it was all over the news.
So let's just assume that's confirmed, guys. Let me just talk about this on the corporate side, because I don't think I addressed this last night, but on the corporate side, if this was Fanatics' plan all along, this was brilliant, because prior to Fanatics acquiring the licenses, Topps was going to IPO. They were going to go public. They were going to be acquired by a SPAC investment company. Okay. And they were going to go public. And I think their valuation was over $1 billion at that time. Maybe somebody can fact check me, but I think it was probably over $1 billion, which is their valuation at that time. And I don't know why it took them so long, because they made the announcement in the beginning of the year and they didn't go public till towards the end of the year. But when they lost their license, the SPAC canceled the deal. So they were no longer going to go to become an IPO. And now they just get bought just a few months later, right? So if you're looking at Topps as a company, you're valued at over $1 billion, and now you just sell yourself for $500 million, basically 50 cents on the dollar. So if this was Fanatics' plan all along, if they forecasted this, that was a brilliant maneuver on their part. They basically acquired the licenses, devalued the manufacturer as much as they could, and they basically just bought the whole business up. So I'm super impressed by that. I don't know who planned that out. If this was Michael Rubin's like master plan, I have to applaud him for that, because that's master corporate strategy. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. What do you think, Merlin?
Man, it's crazy, because they haven't taken over Panini, correct? So where's Panini stand in all this then?
Well, you know, Panini's is like Panini. I mean, they're losing their license, yes, but they're also a very big company and they have other licenses. And who's to say they're not able to go acquire more? Like they just acquired WWE just like last month or whatever, right? So they could stand on their own as a company too, and they're very big, but they just don't have the major sports anymore. That's for sure. So who knows? I personally, I'm going to speculate. This is wild speculation here, but I don't think Fanatics is done yet. I think they got one more big move in them, and I'm going to go on a limb and say that they're going to go try to get Upper Deck. Maybe they don't buy Upper Deck. Yeah, maybe they don't buy Upper Deck the company, because as I understand it, it's like privately owned and maybe it's not for sale, but maybe they do some type of licensing deal where they get Upper Deck's IP, all their legacy brands, and they get hockey.
Oh man, that would be awesome. Mm-hmm.
They have the 3 major sports. Why not take all 4? Why not take all 4 major sports, right? And bring everything under one umbrella and have Topps make all those cards, right?
Yeah, but then I also like the unique sports too, and like Marvel, because if Upper Deck, are they licensed with Marvel?
Well, they make the Marvel cards. I don't know if they have the exclusive license. I'm gonna assume that Upper Deck has the exclusive license, because they've been putting it out.
And who is Flair under? Because is Flair doing
Upper Deck owns Flair?
Okay.
Upper Deck owns Flair, because Flair went bankrupt and Upper Deck bought the rights to Flair.
That's crazy, because remember when all these were like all separate brands back in the 90s?
Right.
Junk Wax?
When they were all competing against each other.
Exactly. Even Leaf.
Flair is a valuable brand because Flair has metal, and Flair has PMGs. So, you know, that would be an amazing acquisition right there if they could get that. But also Upper Deck has the most value to me, okay? Because Upper Deck has the legacy brands. We all know Upper Deck from the 90s. Upper Deck has the exclusive lifetime contracts of the biggest GOATs out there. Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Tiger Woods. They have right? And they have all the old IP that they can bring back, not only the legacy brands, but the designs, the pictures, all that stuff that somebody could take over and put it under one umbrella.
Mm.
So think about that, guys. Think about
That's
that.
crazy.
I think they have more to offer than Panini, to be honest, because Panini has their existing brands, which are good, but they've only been around for like 8 years. And they have their licenses, which they can take over right away, but those licenses will expire. And then they have the other licenses. So, if Fanatics wants to get into those other categories, which is like wrestling, soccer, UFC, things like that. But, I just think Upper Deck has more value right now.
So that's about all the Panini has left in is some soccer, wrestling or WWE, correct?
Yes.
And then UFC.
Yes.
And then what? And then racing.
I think they have. Somebody told me that they have some licenses to do F1 cards. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not sure. So yeah, they have that, and then I don't know whatever else they have. Tennis. I don't know. I don't know what else does Panini make, guys. I don't. Let me know if you guys.
Yeah, that's about all I know. They're going to be going back, I guess, to stickers.
Right. So that's very interesting. And we could talk more about this. This is going to be the dominant topic of tonight's show for sure. But I just want to make sure that we get to all the
Yeah, it's
here.
all over YouTube, man. And Flippin' Steve says, yes, I'll be in Atlanta. I'm thinking about setting up for the first time. Oh, Steve, that'd be cool to see you set up for once. Willard and Dylan, I'd love to see you, man. I'd love to come to Atlanta, hang out with you again, Steve. It would be an honor.
You met him? You met him one time?
I met Steve at the National, yeah, because
cool.
He even talked about it on your show. He had you on last month?
Yeah,
and I finally, because I started watching Steve when I felt like he only had like 10 viewers, and then all of a sudden I looked down and he's got like thousands of subs already. I'm like, when did this happen? I felt like I was like one of the 10 guys during COVID to watch them, and I saw him just like evolve. And
he's blown up for sure.
I always looked forward to Steve every Monday. Like he helped me through COVID because I was like stuck in my old apartment in my old place in West Hollywood, and just have him to look forward to was a delight. And then finally seeing him at the National was a surreal moment. The same with Dustin, the personal finance guy, and Brad, the comeback card investor. It was a pleasure to see all those guys.
Definitely. So
I would love to see y'all guys in Atlanta.
Yes. All right, Money Mike.
What's a good vintage pickup right now, guys? God, I guess, of course, like the OGs would be Mantle, Jordan, usual, maybe even Gretzky. Typical stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Vintage pickups, vintage baseball is always good, and I would probably go for
Jackie Robinson.
Okay, if you have to ask me, I don't like to give these type of picks, but I'll go for like. If we're not talking about the GOATs, we're not talking about Mantle, we're not talking about Babe Ruth, I would go for guys like Willie Mays, Jackie Robinson. These are like his, culturally relevant players that are considered GOATs also for baseball. Maybe Roberto Clemente would probably be another one for baseball. For basketball, definitely guys like Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Kareem. That would be my pick for those. That's my pick for that.
I mean, it's always good to have anything vintage baseball of Dodgers or Yankees because they're the most popular.
Right.
City by the Bay, AEW dropping first set in 2 days, and I cannot wait to grab a hold of some. I love AEW.
Okay. Yeah. I need. Do they have a box for that or something like that? I'll buy a box. Maybe we do a live rip.
Oh my god, I'll buy a few boxes myself.
I'm gonna call my my wax guy.
I mean, Dana, do you watch it religiously? I know I do. I record.
No, I keep up with it, but I haven't. It's I don't watch a lot of TV, to be honest, but I keep up with it.
And I think they're moving. They were on TNT, and I think tomorrow they're moving to TBS.
Yes,
I think that starts tomorrow. And and it's kind of odd that kind of coincides with the release of the AEW card boxes.
Oh, I think that was intentional for sure.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. They know what they're doing there. That's a legit company.
And plus, there's a lot of championship matches this week too.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Did you watch Day One? WWE Day One?
No, I just read about it because every time start to watch, and I do have Peacock Plus. I could watch it, but every time I watch it, I get kind of just irritated. And I heard that Roman Reigns got COVID, so he could not defend his title, and therefore Lesnar, won, I guess.
Brock came in there and just dominated, and he won that, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it was a good show. I had fun watching that for sure.
And now he's back with Hayman, but
but
I don't know what they're going to do now with the storyline between Reigns and Hayman and Lesnar.
Well, I hope
he's sick.
I mean, like now that he's on Raw now. So, but I hope that he does something with Bobby Lashley. I hope that they finally have that meeting that everybody's been talking about.
That's what I read. Yeah, the same thing, that they need to have that for WrestleMania.
Yeah. One
time, will the market make a huge rebound in the future or basically collapse? Well, that's
okay.
Assumption.
It depends. This depends on who you're asking. If you're asking me and Merlin, the guys who have like this show that we talk about cards, of course I'm going to be bullish on it. I'm not gonna say cards are going to crash. Otherwise, I wouldn't be spending all my time trying to create content around this. I do think that with Fanatics, when they come in, I think that they are going to use their resources and pump a lot into marketing, which will hopefully grow the hobby. And if it grows the hobby, more people come in, there's going to be a lot of supply. A lot of demand, and that will make the market go up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. I always think that collectibles in general, may not always be, football or baseball or basketball cards, but other cards like Marvel. And we see how this always changes. Because like right now, like the biggest cards probably are Marvel, and then if AEW comes about, they could be popular, and then with WWE going to Panini, wrestling can make a rebound. So it's always it's always changing. The game is always changing. It's just like the stock market. You're going to have your ups and downs. We talk about this every week, don't we, Dan? That it just changes.
Yeah. So if you're talking about a rebound into like the peak of what happened last year with the prices in February, I don't know. It's impossible to predict that. I would not be banking on something like that to happen.
Yeah.
But I do think that the hobby is still in the early stages of this life cycle. So there's still a lot of room for it to grow. And I think that the best way to kind of watch what happens is to watch what the big companies do. If the big companies are pumping a lot of money into building out the infrastructure of the hobby, then things are going to start picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And to give you an example, like if you start seeing like Fanatics make commercials on national television about cards, about Topps cards, that's a sign. If you start seeing Topps cards being sold in stadiums or in other retailers other than Target and Walmart, that's a big sign.
Yeah.
If you start to see like athletes start to talk about cards more, that will be a big sign. So just kind of watch out for those things, and then you'll be able to kind of see where the hobby's going.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see.
Next
let's try
one.
to get through this here.
Flipping Steve, did Merle say Blue Meanie? True wrestling fans know that name. Steve, do you have an autographed Blue Meanie card? I can see you owning one, man.
I hate that guy. I don't know why. I hate that character.
Yeah, named after one of the characters from Yellow Submarine from the Beatles. Mm-hmm. That's where it's named from.
Here we go.
Joseph Gomez, the Brooklyn Brawler, is in there somewhere.
Are we talking about wrestling? Are we going to talk about wrestling tonight, guys?
Remember the Brooklyn Brawler versus the Red Rooster? I hated that feud. Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Poor Terry Taylor.
I love those gimmicks of the early 90s.
Oh no, I hated this man for making their name so ridiculous.
Like that was like
he would ruin people's names.
They're almost like comic book characters, right?
They were.
Like, do you remember the Goon?
Yes, the hockey guy.
Yeah, the Goon. Yeah. Do you remember Isaac Yankem? Isaac Yankem?
Yes, and that is Kane.
Yeah, right. So they had some great characters back then.
But when you go, it's just like when you go up there and you name Terry Taylor and you were actually, doing pretty well in the NWA, market. Then you come there and your name is the Red Rooster. Just, someone kill me. Shiny Cardboard Addict. What's the next big Marvel hit? Do you have any Moon Knight? Yes. She-Hulk? Yes. Morbius? PMGs. I have the Morbius PMG. I'm trying to get a She-Hulk. I'm looking at Moon Knight. Dan, do you?
I've got Moon Knight because I like that character a lot.
I mean,
He's
I have
just
the 1990 ones, as you
yeah,
saw. I have
like
the Jim.
yeah. Moon Knight's super badass. I like him. I don't have She-Hulk. I don't have Morbius only because I don't like those characters.
Oh, you
But
don't?
I'm assuming they're going to be a big hit too.
Yeah.
But I do like Moon Knight. If he's asking us to predict what the next big Marvel hit will be,
I'd say that all those, though.
I'm
You mean like
I'm gonna
characters or
say
card specific?
I think he's talking about content. The next
Okay.
Marvel thing that's going to be real big. I'm gonna say I think Moon Knight's going to be a big hit.
And Oscar Isaac is playing the character Moon Knight.
Yeah, and he's a great actor too.
And then the woman from the one where she's all the clones. I've totally blanked out. I think she is the she's She-Hulk.
I don't know who that character is. I haven't really looked into it.
Oh my gosh! And then Morbius, of course, is Jared Leto. So that's a great vehicle, and that'll be at the end of this month, I believe. It'll be a movie will be coming out.
Yes.
Brian Adams. So are we all famous now?
What's he talking about? What are you talking about, Brian? Send a
no
follow-up.
clue.
Are you talking about when we're on when we do the podcast and then you guys will be on there?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Mervin, are you going to mint the episodes and turn them to NFTs like Jeff from SCI?
Yes,
Maybe
we'll do that.
In the future, yes.
Yeah, we'll make these NFTs. We'll cash in on that big craze for sure.
The question is, Mervin, will you buy one?
Yes. We'll make NFTs, and then our NFTs will have a lot of associated value in them. It will entitle everybody who has one of them to attend our first live show. We'll call it Between Two Slabs Live, and it will entitle everybody to get a personal video call from Merlin, where he sings you, where he entertains
I'm going to do the cameos.
Yes, that's what it is. We need to do cameos.
We're going to be on cameos. You'll get a happy birthday song from Merlin. Ron Kunanan. Which recedes quicker to obscurity? Dirty Dan's hairline? Or Panini? My money's on hairline.
This guy, Ron.
Are you Dirty Dan?
He likes to troll people. I see that he puts comments on people's things. I'm going to have to put you in a timeout for a second here.
Oh, go to your corner, man.
Yes. I'm going to put you in a timeout, Ron. I think Ron likes to troll people, but I would say probably Panini. People will forget about that in due time. Once they stop making their cards. Well, I don't know, because they make cards for 8 years. So, people will still collect it and they have really good value in their brands. But, over time, unless, I don't know, I wouldn't say that they're going to, unless they fold as a company, people will still always remember them. And as long as they continue these brands into other licenses like WWE, for example, I think they'll always be strong.
Now, when's that supposed to come out, the WWE for Panini?
This year.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that because if they do high-end stuff like Flawless, which is one of my favorites, I'll absolutely love that.
Wow.
But I was thinking about this too. Topps has their own high-end brand. They have Transcendent. So can you imagine Transcendent basketball cards, the way they had the metal frames, basically sets like this, metal frames and all the major athletes on that? I think that'd be super cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yes. Okay. Let's try.
What do we have next?
Norcal Emperor.
Sup? How's it going, fine gentlemen? It's going great, Norcal. Hope you're having a good day and a great happy New Year's to you.
Yes.
Joseph Gomez, are you excited for new precious metal gems release with the jambalayas? Oh, really? They're gonna merge together?
They're part of that's one of the Upper Decks brands. So
no, but are we gonna do it's a precious metal gem jambalaya or what?
Yeah,
they fuse together.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think jambalayas are an EX brand, I think, right? So, but the new set that they put out, they're going to be putting out both the PMGs and the jambalayas in that set, which is super cool.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. So you can get either or.
Yes.
And when's those come out?
This year.
Oh, wow.
In the next couple months.
Norcal Emperor, I missed you YouTube live last night. I'm bummed. Yep, but you can watch it in the archives.
Yes.
I got to do so many of these guys' live streams. Sometimes I miss them, but I come home and I'll listen to it all night. Albert Jones, can I sell my slaps? I'm from Canada. What are?
I think he means my slabs. It's my slabs, not my slaps. And I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. But
yeah, you'll have to go on the site and just read the rules, I guess. I'm sure they'll tell you if you can or not.
Right.
But I mean, if you're a seller, you're gonna have to pay more. But a buyer the same way. Alexander Parthanov, something few discuss and take for granted is liquidity in 2021. Could you buy anything you wanted? Things will dry up as things go to PCs and people leave. That's very true.
Yeah, I agree with that. Not everything gets flipped, guys. A lot of collectors out there, when they buy stuff, they store it away and you might not see it again. So if you see rare items, you got to go after it.
Yeah. So what's one thing you like to store yourself, Dan, that you don't like to resell?
Marvel stuff, yeah. Because I love it. I enjoy it for a while. I'll resell it eventually, but I've held my Marvel cards for the better part of the year right now. So that's pretty cool. That's what I'm enjoying right now.
Oh, Steve, I just saw this. He said, I bought a blue Doctor Strange PMG off CommC last night. Steve, oh my goodness. I think you bought the one I was looking at too. Was that the 2015 one where he's like got the 8 hands doing like this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you bought that from me. Oh my God, I had my eye on that one. I had that one actually in the cart. Wow. And I also noticed that one from 2013, the Doctor Strange, sold
He'll flip it to you
as well.
He'll flip it to you, I bet.
That one was a PSA 8, and the one from 15 was ungraded. It was raw.
You guys should do like a live on-air negotiation.
Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. But it was really low. That's probably why Steve got it. Mervin Flores, which one would you rather have? Steph Curry, Paper Tops, our rookie PSA 8, or LeBron Chrome rookie PSA 8?
I would rather have Steph Curry. At this point in time, I would have Steph Curry.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Yeah, I think LeBron has whatever value LeBron has, it's already baked in there. People already acknowledge him as one of the best players, but I think Curry is still being recognized as one of the top players in history right now, and his team is doing very well. There's a lot of excitement, so I'd rather have Steph Curry right now.
Because his prices are probably much lower too than LeBron's. Christopher Murray, good evening from Colorado. Good evening to you. I'm getting ready to go to my first ever Dallas show next week, which we will both be there. Any advice, tips on how different it is versus the national? Easier show to buy, sell, or trade? Good question, Chris, because I want to know myself. This will be my first time, and Dan, this will be your what?
Third time.
So tell us.
Okay, so it is smaller than the national. Okay, so just manage your expectations. The national is the Super Bowl, but Dallas is like the big leagues. It is a big show. A lot of people are there, and they come ready to do deals, and most of them, like 99% people there, are sophisticated collectors and buyers and sellers, meaning they're sharks, guys. So you better be on top of your game. You better bring good cards. You better know the prices of your cards. You better bring cash or whatever way that you plan to pay. People don't always take Zelle or Venmo there. But some people do. Some people take Bitcoin and things like that, but cash is king for sure. And be ready to negotiate, because people are not shy about knocking you down. They will take 70, 80%. They will offer that to you, and they will pressure you into buying that stuff. So you better be on top of your game for that. But I did make a video in preparation for Dallas the last time I went. So go check out my video for that. And I might make another one going into this current show. But mainly you gotta be ready to be hustling all day. If you're going to be there for 8 hours, you better be hustling for 8 hours, because if you're not, you're going to get taken advantage of. So that's my best advice for you.
I have to bring my shark gear with me then, because who are more vicious sharks here in Los Angeles area or in Dallas?
Dallas for sure.
Oh, really?
You get sharks from all over. You still get
all the world. Okay.
You still get all the SoCal sharks, but we see them. we've seen those guys. We know their games.
Yeah,
when you
and
see,
we're friends with them now. We're
yeah,
kind of good
but
with them.
when you meet somebody for the first time, you might not be
It's a little
aware.
offensive, yeah.
Yeah, and some people they're like rude too. They'll come up to you and they'll be like, "Oh, what do you have there? Oh, you overpaid for that card. I'll give you 70% of today's comp." They'll be like super direct like that with you, and you just got to be able to be prepared to do that because people will beat you down for sure. I liken it like it's like it's a challenge. I make it sound like really competitive there, and maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but that's the way I see it in my mind when I go there. When I go to Dallas, it's a great time, but I'm there to do battle basically for 4 days.
And how's the buying there for you?
Everybody's buying, selling, trading. You're not gonna. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the market, but the last couple times that I've been there, it's been very easy to do deals with people. People don't go there to look, is what I'm saying. If you're going to spend the time and money to go to Dallas, you're trying to go there to do deals. So you just got to be ready to negotiate and structure deals. If you don't know how to do that, go watch my other videos where I talk about how to do like art of the deal things, and then you can apply that there. And if you go there, come by our table. Me and Merlin will be there. You can say hi to us.
Yeah, and those videos are really very informative. That even helped me watch Dan's videos, and I even learned a lot. So thank you, Dan.
Appreciate that.
Dexflow Toys, GC, you're a 5-tool player. How come you don't vlog at Frankensteins for card, comics, and toys?
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Dex. I don't go to Frankensteins because it's a ripoff, guys. Like, Frankensteins is for like a tourist trap, basically.
Yeah,
you can get deals there if the guys like you and you develop a relationships. Like, you can definitely go there and get deals. But for the most part, most of those guys there it's like a card store. Like, we were talking.
They're setting in stone what they want.
Yeah,
prices.
We were talking about that earlier. It's like going into a card shop. Like, they have overhead and things that they have to account for, so they just charge higher there, and they're not great people to do deals with. So I feel like when I was I'll go there if I need to find a specific thing like toys or something like that. But as far as sports cards go or trading cards, I don't go there unless I just want to go for fun, just because of the experience of going into the warehouse. If you've never been to Frankensteins, it's really cool. It's a big warehouse. They got everything that you can imagine there. But
it used to be an old Sam's warehouse.
Yeah, I feel like I've just leveled up to the point where I don't need to go there because I go to card shows all the time, so I don't need to go to Frankensteins. I don't know. What do you think, Merlin? What's your experience?
You saw me. I did a vlog there, and I took one of my friends and his 9-year-old son, and they've never even been to a show or to Frankensteins, and they had a blast there. But I vlogged pretty much him, this 9-year-old, buying a bunch of fun things. We bought some cards. He bought those those little bubble popper things that all the kids are raging for now, and the fidgety things, toys, and he got some Pokemon cards. So there's all kinds of different things. There's a lot of collectibles. There's a lot of Star Wars. There's a lot of Pokemon. There's a lot of how do you say it again? Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh. There's a lot of that at Frankensteins. But it's fun to take the kids more than us as an investor collector.
Yeah, and I think that I would make a vlog if you guys really want to see it, but I think if I went in there, I get dirty looks from some of those guys.
You do?
I do. Like anybody that knows Frankensteins, you probably know a guy named Kevin. I feel like he gives me dirty looks now. I don't know why. I think just because I won't do deals with them, I won't pay their inflated prices and things like that. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to talk bad about those guys. Everybody there is super cool and they're very good at what they do. It's just that that's not where I prefer to do my transactions.
Gotcha. Brian says, what is your view on the etiquette of getting comps in front of a dealer? I went to a few LCSs this weekend. He said he doesn't like it, but given validity of market, he gets it. Thoughts?
I don't have any problem with that. I mean, if you want to be polite about it, you can say when you're looking at a card and you're talking to him, you're actually talking to the guy. You can be like, "Do you mind if I just do some research or just check this out?" And they're going to say yes, that's fine. If you're not talking to him, then yeah, go ahead and do it until you actually start interacting with that person. Everybody does it. You can't get mad at people for doing it. It's just part of the game. So there's no reason that people should be mad about that. If they're mad about that, they're probably had their cards way over whatever the recent comp is, which is okay too, because comps change. So, you can't expect people to update their prices daily, right? But
no.
If he knows he's overpriced, maybe that's why he's upset. But for me personally, I don't have any issue with it.
And I just tell people, like, I'd rather, as a dealer, hear you just make me an offer than the comp. Most of the time I do know what the comp is. And you can't comp something from 2 months ago, and now the person, is having a record breaking, month. And all of a sudden you expect that same comp from 2 months ago of something that has a low pop. That's not going to happen. And I think a lot of times the dealer is going to be a little offended regardless. But if you make the offer for that same price, the worst they can say is yes, or no, as my dad would say.
Yeah.
And then you can work from there.
I have no problems if somebody checks comps. I do have a problem if somebody quotes a comp to me and they say that they want that price. And if it's really far off from what I have it at, because, I price all my cards based on my cost basis, guys. So there's probably not much room for me to move on things, right? If the comp is really far off. But like if somebody says, hey, this is what it sold for, I wanted this price. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. We're not obligated to sell cards at any price. We can sell them whatever price we want.
We don't have to sell it at the comp at all, just because it's on there and it's from a 3-day auction with a guy who has one positive feedback on eBay doesn't mean I have to sell my card for that same price.
Right. Now, on the flip side of that, that doesn't mean everybody's going to buy our cards, though.
Exactly.
Like if we're going to be stubborn about it, then nobody's going to buy our cards, and that's okay too. That's the choice. But
that's our choice.
When you're citing comps, just be very polite about it, because you don't want to come off as sounding like that person's obligated to match that price, because we're not.
Yeah, and then don't shit on their cards either, and then expect a deal from it, because that's not going to work after you've offended that person's cards that they're showing.
Right.
Okay, might want to butter them up a little.
Yeah.
John G. Go ahead.
Well, let me just answer that. The best way to negotiate with people is you engage them in conversation.
Exactly.
If you talk to them a little bit, you build a little rapport with them, then you can talk about comps and they're less likely to shut the case on you. Okay. But if you just do it right away, try to make it very transactional, matter of fact, then chances are the guy's going to say no.
Yeah. I'd rather make a deal with a guy that I've befriended and who's really nice to me. I'd rather work a deal with him than someone who just comes up and is very cold and is a total asshole to me. Like, why would I want to make a deal with you when I'd rather it go to a better home to somewhere else who's really nice to me? Agree, Dan?
Be a gentleman investor, guys. Always remember those principles.
Mm-hmm. So John G, hey guys, great show. Wondering if you know where I could get a Franklin mint plate that is autoed, graded, authenticated. It's Gordie Howe's auto. I got it as a kid in person. Mint plates. I have no clue, Dan.
I don't know, but you might want to check Beckett or PSA to see if they will authenticate the auto, because it's going to be a piece of memorabilia. They're not going to grade it. Nobody's going to grade a plate, but they may authenticate the auto. And the best way to do that would be to go to them when they set up at shows and they do on-site authentication. If neither of those work, my third and last alternative would be JSA.
JSA?
Yes.
Brian Adams, can't wait to meet both of you also. Brian cannot wait. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Exactly. No, he's not. He's not coming next week. He's
Brian's not going there? I thought he was. Sorry.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to Dallas.
And he's in Massachusetts, right? Is that what you said? Brian is?
Yes.
Okay. We just hope to run into him somewhere in the future. Hopefully 2022.
Right.
Carlos L. Hi, all. Late to the party tonight. Between two slabs is something I look forward to as a way to unwind and decompress after a day at work. Thank you, Carlos. I love decompressing the other people's live streams as well. So I'm glad to be giving you that honor as well.
It's good to see you, Carlos. Welcome,
Carlos. Anytime, man. Check out our podcast, too. Money Mike, what are the prices cards you guys own?
Right now, the most expensive card I own is probably my Jordan Nike promo PSA 10. I think it's valued. I would probably value it about like between $26,000 to $30,000 right now. That's the priciest card I'm holding on to right now.
Mm.
I've got some other things, but they're more like my uncut sheets. I value my uncut sheets higher than that, but that's kind of like a one-off like memorabilia piece.
And you know which ones mine are the probably the flawless RPAs. I have rookies of Luka Doncic and Patrick Mahomes, and they're definitely over 25 grand now.
What are they valued at? What do you think?
I
Do you
saw
want to
one
say?
of them recently sold, one of the Patrick Mahomes several months ago. One sold around like 75,000.
Yeah.
The Lucas have been all over the place. I mean, because they're such a low pop. I've seen them anywhere from like 25 to 60 everywhere. They're all over the place.
Oh wow.
And then there's the regular. I have also the regular autographs too.
And you're not trying to cash out on those. You're keeping those for a while.
Yeah, because those are the very first cards I bought. I mean, and I told you how little I paid for them. I paid $400 each for those cards at the time.
But you don't feel like
the end of 2018.
You don't feel like since your cost basis is so low that maybe you should be cashing those in?
Well, what do you think I should?
I think that when people have good cost basis, like low cost basis, then it's never bad to take profit, right?
Okay.
And you know, like it's always better. I mean, this is my opinion, right? These are your cards, but this is just my opinion. Like when you, you know, can you do any? What would you do with that money? Like, let's just say you cashed it in, you sold it for 75 grand.
Okay.
Could you do something better with that money than keeping it sitting in that card? Because right now the card, the way I look at it, it's almost like trapped equity in the card.
Right.
And maybe you can cash that out and then you can put that towards another card that could appreciate more. I don't know.
No, I understand.
Yeah. You can play around with it.
I think about this every single day.
Yeah. Like if you paid like, let's just say you paid 75 grand for those cards, or you paid like 60 grand for those cards and there's not much room, then yeah, it makes sense to just kind of keep the cards and let them continue to appreciate. But at what point do you
but off those two cards, I spent $800.
Right. So you could make like literally like I don't even know what that is, like 800,000 times your investment. So like when would that be a great time for you to cash out? You know, I don't want to put you on the spot, but that's
no. There's no spot. Yeah, no, I think about it all the time. Like, what should I do? Like, viewers are like, what do you think I should do? Let me know. Leave them in the comments.
Let me pose this question to you. Okay. Let's just say a Mickey Mantle PSA 5 is worth 150 grand. Let's just say.
Okay.
Would you trade those two cards for that? Or something equivalent? Maybe not a Mantle, but something equivalent to like 150 grand.
Like a Jordan or something?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I can see that, right.
Yeah. So like that's what I'm saying. Like what is your overall plan for that? Because to me, it would be very risky to hold those cards. Especially the Patrick Mahomes, you know, if he has a bad year or something, or an accident, or his career ends, or Luka, same thing. Those guys are still young, right? You've got so much appreciated equity in those cards because you bought them at the right time. You know, could you do anything better with those cards? Could you buy a house? Gotcha. Could you sell those and go buy a house? Or
not in Los Angeles, not in Hollywood.
right. So that's the question I have. I don't know. What do the viewers think here? Should he cash out on the equity, or should he continue to let them appreciate? Tell us what you think.
Yeah. Because my rent costs more than most people's mortgage.
Right. Okay. Let's see here.
Mervin, I'm guessing Dan's is the Jordan Nike PSA 10.
Yes, he's correct.
Oh, is that the Jumpman card?
Yes.
The postcard thing?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man. Jago, I can see Fanatics getting Panini. Not sure about Upper Deck. Why do you think that, Jago? Leave it in the comments. Jordan, Panini has UFC and some soccer license outside of NFL and NBA. Topps has F1. Gotcha.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That
makes sense.
But how come Panini had F1 cards, though?
Did they? I don't collect F1, so I don't know.
They did. Yeah, didn't they not have like the Prism and all that as well, and National
No,
Treasures?
wait, no, I don't think they did because
imagination.
the last set they came out with was Top Sapphire, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a top brand, but F1 is going to be a big market, I think, as that show continues to bring in a lot of new collectors and new viewers.
And have you bought any F1?
Not yet.
We'll have it.
I probably won't get into it, to be honest, just because I like to focus on the things that I'm doing right now. But who knows? Maybe.
Adam Spisman. I'm going to be at the Atlanta working my cousin's booth with him. Flights booked. Real excited. We'll have to look into it at Adam then. I like your logo.
Right. Yeah. Maybe if we go there, maybe we can meet up Adam. Adam's a big supporter of us.
Mervin, the two people that are thankful about the Fanatics Topps acquisition is Mealy Pops and Card Kahuna.
Oh, let's talk about this, guys. Do you understand? Do you understand that joke? You understand that joke he just made?
Tell me about it. Tell us the
joke.
So
you know Logan Paul bought that box of Pokemon cards for $3.5 million, right?
Right. The one that he posted on Instagram like a couple weeks ago.
A sealed case.
Right.
And in the last couple of days, there has been a lot of discussion about the legitimacy of that case, whether it's real or not.
No, I heard about that. Yeah.
So people are jumping on bandwagons, and yeah, I mean, I'm not going to speculate because I don't know, right? We don't know until they actually open it, but everybody's saying that that's fake. And Mealy Pops is the guy that sold it to Card Kahuna is the guy that sold it to Mealy Pops. They made a whole big video about it,
and this was like $3.5 million, correct?
Case? Yeah, but at that time they sold it for like under $2 million.
Okay,
right.
Still, it's still a couple $1 million. It's a lot of money, folks.
It's a big deal, and they made all this content around it. Which now that we look at that content, it looks ridiculous. I shouldn't say that. It looks dramatic the way that they make it. So they basically put their reputations on the line here for that. They were saying that the box could be a possible $10 million box someday, whatever, right? And then Mealy Pops sold it to somebody else. I forget who's the guy's name. And then that guy sold it to Logan Paul. So, and then some people who claim to be experts on Pokemon boxes made a whole video where they're claiming that that sealed case is fake. So now there's a lot of controversy behind that. And I think that Logan Paul is going to go to BC, the baseball card exchange company, and they're going to actually open it and check and then reseal it if it's, well, I mean, he's going to open it anyway, so I don't think they're going to resell it, but they're actually going to open it and see if it's real or not. I don't know when they're going to do that, but that's what they're saying. But basically, Mervin is saying that the attention from Topps and Fanatics is taken away from all that drama.
So what would happen if it isn't real?
Well, I mean, technically nothing could happen, but the way that things work in the hobby is that people will try to protect their reputation, so they should refund the money to the people. So it's going to go all the way down the line back to Card Kahuna, where he will have to refund Mealy Pops, and Mealy Pops will have to refund the other guy and whatever.
So Mealy Pops brokered the deal between Logan and Card Kahuna, correct?
No, I don't know exactly what happened, but I think based on watching that video, Card Kahuna had the box.
Okay.
He sold it to Mealy Pops.
Okay. Oh.
Or maybe they owned it together.
I don't know. He flipped it to Logan Paul.
Yeah, and then they flipped it to a third guy who I don't know his name. Wow. And then he sold it to Logan Paul.
Gotcha. Wow.
Pokemon is a dangerous game. I'm starting to think that I shouldn't be messing with Pokemon because the amount of fakes in Pokemon seem to be a lot more than the amount of fakes in sports cards. It's crazy.
I know. I even play Pokemon Go religiously, and I don't even collect them.
Right.
Dr. Word, are you gamers? What games do you like?
I'm not really a gamer myself, but I do play Clash of Clans on my phone. That's probably like the only.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I play Pokemon Go with a bunch of people here, and I have a meetup group in Hollywood. But I do have a PS4.
Wait. Can we go back to that?
But I have like 100 games. What's that? What'd you ask?
Can we go back to that? Did you just say that you have a meetup group that does Pokemon Go?
Yes, I do.
Oh, please tell us about this. How does this work?
Well, when I was editing a movie about, I guess when Pokemon Go came out around 2016, probably 2017. It came out in 2016. I was working on a show in Comic-Con, and then that's when I got addicted to the Pokemon Go. It just came out, and I was working on like her universe or whatever. It was like Comic-Con meets Project Runway. And then I was working on a film from my home, and taking breaks, I would go and take walks. And I was like, how do I feed a Pokemon in a raid? And I couldn't do it by myself. And then one day I walked into a park and I discovered 100 people there all at a raid. And I was like, do y'all do this all the time? They're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, there's a meetup group. We're on Discord. There's a, West Hollywood, affiliation through Discord. So I got on Discord. I was like, a whole new world like came through me, like, oh my God, this is awesome. I can't wait. And I've made friends from all those people from Meetup. And I actually went to a few Christmas parties during the holidays from and we all sat there and had a white elephant, gift exchange. And then also did some Pokemon trades while we were there.
That's awesome.
Very
I
geeky.
I love to hear that. And people might say, oh, that's really geeky, whatever, like your initial reaction. But I love that. I love how people can get together who have a shared interest and they can just have fun with it, right? So that is awesome for me to hear. And I'd love to like watch one of these meetups sometimes. You should do a vlog. You should do a vlog of your meetup. I think that'd be super cool.
One time my girlfriend decided to come with me and just to see because she heard me talk about it so much about 4 years ago. And we walked to the park, and then Maria said, I'll be across the street watching when you're done. She literally went across the street, but she could hear us all talking, and she just was, she was giggling all over about it. Told all my friends and her friends about it.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
It was. Paul Yang, are you going to get some Metal Universe Spider-Man? I mean, like this year?
Yes. Yeah, it's coming out in February, I think. And yes, I've already told my wax guy, I said, when you find any available boxes, you send them to me. Spider-Man Marvel Metal and the new Black Diamond, when that comes out, I'm going to be buying those.
Oh my goodness. I want some of that because I'm already digging the 2017 Spider-Man.
This might turn into a Marvel podcast, guys. This might turn into like a Marvel show because we've been talking about it a lot lately, and I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun.
Me too.
Yeah.
You got me all hooked on it as well. But I'm really enjoying it. It's a good change of pace. Yeah. Definitely.
Who doesn't love Marvel? Besides Money Mike, who doesn't love Marvel,
I'm enjoying it. Just too bad DC, can't keep up with them.
Somebody needs to buy the DC license and really change that category, because I think DC could be super cool too.
I was hunting down a Gal Gadot autograph card, and I saw one listed on eBay, and I think they want like $4,500 for it. But I thought that would be a good, one.
Is it on card?
Yes, I think it is.
Ooh, as Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like all from the DC, Justice League cards.
That'd be cool.
But there's one listed on eBay. It's the only one I saw that was autographed. Big Dog Pound 1. What are some good Panini lines to pick up and ones to avoid?
I would say the high-end stuff is good. Flawless, National Treasures. If you can afford that, if that's out of your budget, Prism would be the next one.
Yeah.
Or Immaculate too. If you can't afford those, well, that would be it. I would not be buying any of the newer brands like Flux or whatever they call it. Or what's that other one called? The one that came out a couple months ago. It's like an optic version of it. I forget what it's called. I wouldn't be buying any of those. I wouldn't be buying any of the collegiate stuff or the low end stuff. NBA hoops, probably not even buy that stuff. Just because
how come the collegiate never does well now? Like
because people just don't like.
10 years ago they did well. The collegiate ones sell pretty well, but now they don't.
I feel like it's the psychology of the market, right? Everybody looks down on college. They say, "Oh, it's college." It's like there's no value. That's what it is. Collegiate stuff is like people think that it's low value stuff, so that's why they don't want to collect it. Because they'll never like reach big highs. But I don't know. It's the same thing like with sticker autos. Like people look down on that or whatever. It's just the psychology of the market right now. So if you're looking for in terms of investments, you probably want to stay away from that stuff, the low end stuff, just because there's not like a very high ceiling on that. And the price, because they make so much of it, the price is going to be very volatile.
Oh wow! Dan, did I even tell or tell the rest of the guys a couple of other things I've bought lately? And I also noticed that Card Collector 2 had bought one. He bought one of Obama, but I had bought a couple president autograph cards. But I made sure it was like the card with their faces on it. Besides just like an autograph with the fabric stuck in the card. But I bought one of like Jimmy Carter and George Bush. But I am looking for an Obama one too.
Historical figure autographs. I mean, that's a niche area. So that could be a play. I remember at the last Dallas card show, some guy had a Thomas Jefferson autograph. Like, no joke, PSA slab.
Oh, how much was this?
I think he was asking $5,000 for it, but
wow,
apparently,
wow.
Let me tell you about this thing. I have a picture of it on my Instagram. You can go search it. I think it's Thomas Jefferson. I'm pretty sure it was Thomas Jefferson, but it was a love letter to his mistress.
Oh,
that was
wow.
the story. That was the story behind
Uh-oh.
this PSA slab autograph.
Jordan, Dan, you have a wax guy. How does this work?
It's just one of the relationships that I've cultivated over the last year. I have a guy who has really good relationships with all the distributors in the country. He does a lot of transactions every month, and he's my guy. So if I need something, I just call him up, and he gives me the prices and the hookup, and then he gets it for me, and I just pick it up from him. His name, and I'll share that with you guys too. His name is Jerry. You usually see him in my videos too, because he usually hangs out at my tables at the card shows. And he's L5 Sports on Instagram.
Okay. IWD Liquidators. Who do you think has tougher grading criteria, SGC or CSG?
I think grading is subjective, guys. So I think everybody grades as tough as they think they can grade at their companies. I don't necessarily think that one company's better than the other. It's just it's very subjective. It's totally random.
I mean, I've gotten a lot of crappy grades from CSG, but also I've gotten a handful of cards that came back 10 pristine from CSG. And I've gotten very little 10 gold labels back from SGC. So there you go. And I've sent tons to SGC. And I've probably gotten about 4 or 5 gold labels in the past 3 years from SGC. Gigo, if PSA and BGS are number 1 and 2 in grading, who is number 3? SGC? Man, I wouldn't even say that BGS is number 2 anymore. I would say SGC, at this current time.
I would say in terms of value, SGC probably in terms of value of the cards, like resale value.
Yeah.
But I think SGC is coming up. Yeah, I mean they're trying to gain more market share for sure.
Full Metal Gems. Any advice for a first-time Dallas show attendee? Pros, cons, any travel recommendations? Well, you better start booking right now, because
it's sold out.
The hotel rooms are all sold out.
Yeah. So we talked about this earlier. So if you can try to go back and listen, I've also made a video about how to prepare for Dallas, and maybe I'll make another video in the coming weeks. But I'll just tell you right now, the hotel is sold out. I think the hotel across the street is still available. It's a Hilton, so you may want to check out on that. But as far as advice for the show, I'll just say it again real quick here. Just be prepared to hustle, because the Dallas card show is the big leagues. It's for sharks. Okay. Don't go there to look at cards. You better go there to do deals. You better bring cash. You better bring the really good cards. You better know the prices. You better be prepared to negotiate. Otherwise you will be eaten alive.
I'm going to get all my rest, because every time I go to a show with Dan, he wears me out. So I'm going to get my squats, my burpees in, and I'm going to get plenty of sleep before we go next week.
Right. I'm going to be pushing Merlin pretty hard.
Jen Choi, would you say SGC is an up-and-coming grading alternative to PSA? And would you consider buying SGC 10s? Yeah, definitely. For me, I would. Dan, for you?
Yeah.
I know you got a few cards graded to SGC.
Yeah, SGC is definitely up and coming. I would buy the 10s, and I might hold on to them depending on the type of card, but I might also just crack them and just send them in and take my chances with that. But I think SGC is good for up and coming in terms of modern cards. As far as vintage cards, SGC has a very good reputation for vintage cards.
Spidey fan. Hey, Spidey fan. We should have a great Curator Army dinner get together. I mean, at Dallas or here in the LA area?
We will do well. I mean, I'm assuming just in general, but if he's talking
Okay.
about Dallas, we can definitely talk about that.
Let's do it.
But if we ever do a live show, it'll be something like that. It'll be a party for sure.
Let's do it.
Let's see here. Let me go through this here.
Mr. X2M, hi from San Diego. Hello. What impact do you see on breakers? I saw someone breaking 110 cases of Bowman today. Imagine that was baseball, which seems absolutely absurd to me. Any thoughts? Well, I mean that's your opinion, but I guess other people, that's fun, I guess.
I mean, breakers. I think breakers are necessary for the hobby because that's just a whole different a niche market. It's like it's entertainment. Meaning people will watch their lives to see if they pull anything. It's a fun gamble for people who buy into breaks. How that impacts the hobby, I think that in terms of just getting supply out there, I think that's good, right? They're ripping wax, and if you're a wax collector, that helps you because that brings the supply down. Like he just took 100 boxes. He just took 110 cases of Bowman off the market today. So that helps. I'm not really big into it myself, but that's only because I don't like to enter those things. But I think they have a place in the hobby for sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with them, but I do think that they over exaggerate with their reactions way too much. And I think that people can get carried away with it by kind of like looking. They become addicted to it, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, I've met a few people who I know have had an addiction to breaking. So it is it is a gamble, guys. Mm-hmm. It is gambling in some sense. Vincent, I see Kobe and Luka cards recover very much right now. Did you guys see it or just me? And do your guy agree both Kobe and Luka cards are getting tick up trend?
I think, I mean, it's hard for me. I haven't really been keeping up with it on a daily basis, but I do think the market is kind of like slowly ticking up a little bit. I know one of my LeBron's cards is down, but I use Card Ladder. So I check Card Ladder every day with the cards that I watch and the cards that are in my inventory, and the prices go up and down. I haven't really seen anything dramatic, but I would say maybe a little bit of an uptrend.
Yeah, the Kobe cards haven't been selling well. My mid-tier ones haven't been selling that well, and neither has Luka. But should I even bring my Luka cards to Dallas?
Yes, of course.
My mid-tier stuff too?
Yes, because Luka is the Kobe of that area. Okay. When you go to card shows, a heavy amount of the demand is going to be based on the regional teams in that area. So definitely anything Cowboys, Dallas Mavericks, and whatever other teams they have out there, you got to bring that stuff.
Gotcha. Will do. Oh, hey, Rob, 19th Vintage. Since I have you both here, would you not crack a CSG 9.5 to PSA? Cards have 2 9.5s and 2 10 subs.
I'm a gambling man. I don't cross because I think if you cross it, it's too easy for them to say no.
Yeah, that's happened to me all the time with PSA.
Yeah. I've done they'll take your money and then they'll just send it back. I would take the gamble and crack it.
Crack it. Yeah, I know you do that. And I've tried to cross, and let me tell you, it has never worked. Never, never, never. Even when it was a 10, it didn't work. Dexflow Toys, thoughts on Gridiron Marvels? It's a case hit.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know. But I mean, if it's case hit and if it's Marvel,
what is this? Is it a football Marvel, like the basketball Marvels subset, or what is this?
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about, but maybe you can send us a picture.
Gridiron's football, I assume. So like how they did the NBA Marvel cards. Mm-hmm. Money Mike, bring your Zion to Dallas. Oh, really? Jeff Wilson will trade you a LeBron Topps rookie chrome for it. Okay.
Hey, that might be a play. You might want to think about that. If you want to get as many eyes as you can on that card, Dallas is the place to bring it. If you can, if you're okay. No, but yours is vaulted at PWCC. So
which one?
You're Luka, right?
Oh yeah. I'm not
but you could probably get it. But I think that would be very interesting if you brought that card.
I think I would have a heart attack, man. I think it's total anxiety, though.
Yeah.
Turn that thing around. Gigo, what are the best sites, apps to check comps? What are the best apps to have for a card show?
Okay,
Well, you said,
three.
Card Ladder, right?
I'll give you 3. Card Ladder, because Card Ladder pulls all the prices from all the different sites, but if you don't, but you have to pay for it. So if you're not going to pay for it, eBay, of course, everybody uses eBay. The third thing would be 130 Point for checking not only what the regular comps are, but also for what the best offer comps are.
And then I also use Market Movers as well. I think a lot of people do.
Right.
Money Mike, you seen the video where Jeff Wilson traded a Jordan Auto for James Harden Bowman PSA 10? Worst deal of the century. When was that?
That was like earlier in the year. He made a whole bunch of videos about this.
Of like last year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was that's probably not a great deal, but he learned a lesson from it for sure. For sure. That's why, I mean, you don't want to trade Jordan, like you don't want to trade Jordan for a modern guy, especially a guy like James Harden. But at that time, James Harden was super hot. He just got traded to Brooklyn and he was like killing it. So, I mean, I think he just got swept up in the hype.
Oh, I'm going to lead you to another question here, Dan, that in my last video that I did, my vlog, that Sasha T was in it, him and, Mark Ultimate Sports, right? Mm-hmm. Ultimate Sports.
Yeah.
And Sasha said that he's rarely buying anymore at shows, that he's been buying mostly online, especially an app called Alts. Have you heard about that, and have you used Alts? I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I know Alt. I don't use it, but it's an alternative marketplace.
Okay.
Like the name says, but and then it's also a pricing tool app that they use where you can scan cards and it gives you like a bunch of comps, just like Card Ladder.
Is that what people using when I see some people like scan my card in display case?
Yeah, I don't know how reliable it is. I haven't really looked into it, but I just kind of know it just because it's just like another thing that you have to use, right? So I'm just gonna let it develop a little bit before I really look into it myself. But if not a lot of people are on there and they're selling stuff, then maybe you can get good deals. I'm gonna speculate on the reason that he said that would probably be just because at shows, maybe people are still very high on their cost basis on cards. So they're not willing to let it go. So it's harder to do deals at shows. Whereas online, it sells for whatever it sells for, right? So maybe he's looking at that as an alternative site to buy cards.
Yeah, he was
Brian Adams. Brian Adams.
Got to go. Have a doctor's appointment in the morning. You guys rock. Have a good night. Thank you, Brian. You too as well, man.
Brian's always tipping us. He's so great. He's like so generous. I don't even know what to do for him at this point. I'm gonna have to like send him like quarterly gift baskets of just cool stuff, just to show my appreciation for him. But he's just like he's one of the best supporters we have. So super cool guy.
Thank you, Brian. Good night, man. At Canton Card Collector, like the name, Bakersfield in the house. 2 hours away from us. You should come down to LA and meet us at shows. Come to the Cardstock Trading Show at the end of the month. Jarrett Munch, do you think baseball will be a good buy in Dallas, or do you think everyone is now looking to buy baseball? Good question. I mean, I don't know. I'm not much into baseball, but what do you think, Dan? Do you think they're going to look for baseball? I don't think that much. Do you?
No, people will have baseball for sure.
They will? Okay.
Baseball is one of the main... Yeah, it's one of the main stuff. And then people like to buy in the off season too. So I think that you probably could find some deals out there. And people like, baseball is like very popular out there too. So I would say it could be a play for sure.
So you think baseball card buying is more at a peak now than it would be like maybe in March or April?
No, it's not. It's not at a peak. It will be more into as we go into the season. You'll start seeing more focus on baseball. Right now, people are still into basketball and football, but the prices will be good right now because not a lot of people are paying attention to it.
So I could get like a good Ohtani rookie card maybe for a good price right now versus maybe in March.
I would say so. Yeah, for sure.
Good to know. Phil of the Gods. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to you. Like your logo.
What's up? This is Aaron. He goes by Feed the Gods. He has a gaming channel, so people should check out his. Yeah, he's got like a video gaming channel.
Logo. That's a really cool logo.
Right. So he's a cool guy. I met him at the Pachinko show, and he's always been a big supporter of all the lives that we do.
Love it. Money Mike Merlin, I would sell those Luke in my homes and grab a 52 man. Well, after you, Dan, talk to me, I'll have to start thinking about it, won't I?
Right, right.
I won't be able to go to sleep tonight thinking about this. Spidey fan Merlin, if you ever want to let go of that Luca, I'd love to give it a shot at it. If I can get that mantle then, or that.
Now that they know you have it,
great.
You're getting a lot of attention,
man.
Yeah.
Cash out, Mervin. Oh my gosh, everybody's on me. Okay. Let me think about it, guys. Oh my goodness, it just has so much sentimental, value to me too. But I understand. Norcal Emperor. I remember at the San Francisco show, I bought the Ronaldo Color Blast PSA 10 from you. Guy talking mad trash about how high you priced it, and that it would not sell. Comps this and comps that. You price what you want. Was that your Ronaldo Color Blast?
Yeah, me and Norcal Emperor here. He was featured in my video. We had a long battle. The negotiations probably took like 3 hours. This guy was like just beating me up the whole time. But we did a deal, and he was happy with the deal. I was happy with the deal, and that's just how it is. Like, and the story behind this is like I had a price that was higher than the comp on that, but I explained my position to him. He understood it. He traded me like part cash and some other cards for that, and we worked it out to where we got the values to be where we wanted it to be, because we talked about cost basis. We didn't talk about comps, this or that. And he left happy, I left happy. And I guess some people were talking bad about that, but people are always gonna hate on it, if they're not part of the deal.
Haters gonna hate. Mr. 2M, cash out. Thank you. Oh wow. Axel C. Hey guys, love watching the show as I'm listing on eBay. I've been finding myself investing much more in tickets than cards lately. I'd imagine that's concert tickets. It feels right. Hope I'm or show
tickets. Like game tickets.
Game tickets. Okay. Hope I'm not making a mistake.
Game tickets are a thing. I have there's somebody, he doesn't usually go in these chats, but his name's Roger. I'm not gonna say his last name, but his name's Roger, and he's been turning me on to game tickets. He's a big ticket collector. Those are very interesting plays, because they're in PSA slabs, so they're kind of like cards, but they're also memorabilia. So I think that could be a fun play. It's a good alternative, and a lot of people are taking notices about those things right now.
Didn't you buy one up in San Francisco last month?
That was actually a check. That was a
check. That's right. That's
Ted
Williams?
and I moved it I moved it just a couple
weeks.
You
already have.
Yeah,
you moved it, Ted Williams. Oh wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool actually. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed holding it for a couple weeks before.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I loved reading it. Canton Card Collector, buy what you know. Exactly. I agree. Merle, you can probably trade those 2 cards for a Flair 86 Jordan PSA 10. Really? A PSA? Wow.
I don't know. PSA 10 Jordan is going for like about 300,000 right now. Jeez. So you might be a little bit low on that, unless you're undervaluing your cards.
Maybe if Mahomes wins the Super Bowl, the Chiefs would have to do that this year, which will be a long shot. Brian Joblin, it seems a lot of content creators focus more on modern basketball than on modern football. Do you see a significant difference between the two looking out 3 years? Yes, because football is hard to sell. And the reason is because less games, shorter season, and people get hurt more often. Agree,
right?
Dan?
Yeah, yes, 100%. And just to further add to that, with football, really the only desirable cards are of QBs, right? And if you're looking at it in that, you've got like a handful of QBs that people will speculate on, like maybe 10 QBs in the whole league that you're buying because you think that they might do well in the playoffs, they might win a Super Bowl or something like that. So nobody cares about any of the position players unless you're PCing them. There's really no value in those cards unless they have a crazy, crazy breakout season. And the injury rate in football is too much of a gamble. Like you could buy, you could buy some player and then he gets hurt and he's gone for the whole season and the prices drop. So in that regard, it's just too risky. That's why a lot of people don't like football. I mean, people love football. People love to watch football, but collecting it is like a total crapshoot. Whereas basketball, it's a little bit safer. You don't have to worry about injuries as much, and there's a lot more stars out there that you can collect.
Yeah, and a basketball player could be gone, could be out, injured for 2 months and still come back and have a great season. Whereas for football, that your season's pretty much over for after 2 months.
Right. And with basketball, it's more global too. More
Yeah,
of a global
exactly. More
sport.
global. Yeah, people all over the world watch it. Flea market mixtape. Here's some speculation. All the 2099 Marvel characters will see a jump in price in the year 2099. Laughing out loud, and hopefully you're there to sell it.
I actually love the 2099 characters a lot because I remember as a kid when those comics came out, it was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I do
I was like,
too.
that was like such a cool spin on those characters, like Spider-Man 2099, Punisher 2099, Doom 2099. Those are like my
Yeah.
favorite characters. So I love collecting those
Do
cards
you
a
have
lot.
any of the cards right now?
I do. I can't
Which
pull
ones are
them out.
those? Is
I
it
have
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2099. Those three guys. I have Spider-Man 2099, Punisher 2099. These are Marvel masterpieces, and Doom 2099.
Mm.
And I have a Spider-Man 2099 PMG, which I will get back from PSA very soon, probably this week. I'm hoping.
Next, who else we have? Which more time we have? It's 7:47, guys.
Yeah,
We're in LA.
Man,
So
time just
take a few
flies.
more. I know, right? This one's
When
gone.
we
A
go
lot
through
of
this, time
questions
just
today.
flies. Let me
Love
try
it.
to get to the end of this, and then we'll
Let's do
wrap
it.
this up. Let's try to go for like maybe 10 more minutes. Let's see.
Sounds good to me.
Let's see how far we can go here. But there's a lot of chat going on just between
I
the
ordered some
members.
Thai food. I can't wait to eat it.
Yeah,
Guys.
and I don't know if you noticed, Merlin, we had like an
What's that?
all-time high tonight. We had like 92 people in the chat at one time.
We did?
Yeah, we broke the 90 mark. We didn't get the 100, but
I
we
know
did
you
break
did
to the
last
90.
night, which is amazing. Was that your best ever?
Yeah, wow. We had like
Wow.
125 in the chat last night.
I couldn't believe it either.
Cool. All right.
I was like, damn.
We're blown up, man. We're blown up.
Blown up. I love it.
Right.
The next question, who we have? Marvel cards make collecting fun again. I agree. And then when the AEW comes out, it's going to make wrestling even more fun again, I hope. I'm already collecting a lot of wrestling. Oh, Hugh Liu. Merlin, do you have a jump shot? What? No, almost everybody from North Carolina has a jump shot. You mean like
basketball?
Real basketball jump shot? Yeah, you don't want to see it. Mine looks like a Lane from Seinfeld, the dance. I'm lefty too, so we'll see. But I've gone to a lot of Carolina games back in the day when I was a kid. I got the privilege. I got to see Jordan and Worthy and Perkins.
Did you? Did you really? Wow!
My grandparents took me. They all went to University of North Carolina. So my grandfather took me to a lot of games. That was 1981. We had just moved from Chattanooga, Tennessee, to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And my grandfather took me, and that was the year that they won the national championship. So I was hooked ever since. Oh, you're drinking the Blinking Owl, right?
My aquavit, my drink of choice here, my liqueur, my spirit of choice. Always.
I'm gonna have to try some of that, man.
All right.
Axel C, you guys have any soccer long-term investments? If so, which? Yes, I do. Of course, Mbappe, I still think he's super low. Even his 2016 Panini sticker is still very, very low. And he's been doing great. I mean, he had a hat trick yesterday. And I would say soccer's still low.
I mean, long term, it's definitely Messi, Ronaldo.
Messi, yeah, I have those two.
The players of this generation. If I'm speculating, I would say Erling Haaland would be my guy. Just because when I watch him, like he's so big and powerful in terms of what
he's 6'3".
He's an athlete for sure. So he would be the person I would bet my money on.
He's good. I think also, I've done very well in sales with Mohamed Salah, with Vinicius Jr. Have done very well for me in the past month or two. I sold an expensive Mason Mount card that was autographed when the Contenders.
I would also say Heung-min Son, for the guy who plays for Hotspurs. Hotspurs.
Oh, he plays for Hotspur. Okay.
Tottenham or whatever they're called. Hotspurs.
Yeah, Tottenham. Yeah.
I just like him because he's Asian and he's really good. We call him Sonaldo, so I always support the Asians for sure.
Sonaldo.
It's a thing.
I love it. I didn't ever heard that before. Merlin, can you tell the stories about the Luke and Mahomes? Did you buy Raw? Yes, I did. I bought Raw, and both of them came back. I think both of them are. I've seen them to Beckett, so I think they're both BGS 9s. I didn't get a 9.5. I got 9s for them. with subgrades. Asian people always have connections. Yes, that's pretty much why I am pretty much married to one. That's my girlfriend is Asian too.
Right,
She has lots
right,
of connections. That's how I met Dan.
right, right. We got a guy for everything.
I'm what they call was an egg Dan, right? One on the outside, yellow inside.
Yes, yes. You're one of us, Merlin. You're one of us.
Hey guys, of all the cash you guys are bringing to Dallas, I'm not bringing cash to Dallas. Like, what type of weapon do you carry? Jesus Christ, Money Mike! Protection. Don't scare me like that.
Merlin's my protection.
I don't know.
You guys may not know this, but Merlin's actually a 5th degree black belt in Jeet Kune Do. So he's my protection.
And Dan's the one who taught me, Taekwondo. Jarrett Munch, I agree with bringing stuff for local sports teams to an extent. When I walk around Dallas, there is always the same number of DAC and CD Lamb cards. Yeah, I probably won't bring any of those. Maybe I should bring some of my rare Kristaps Porzingis cards.
You could go with that, but I also think that you have to bring the regional stars, even though there's a lot of
Kristaps is doing great. He's having a great season, whereas Luka, he was pretty much out with an ankle injury and COVID all month. But will you think he'll still sell?
Who knows? You never know what's going to happen at a card show. You just want to be prepared for anything. Okay. Yeah.
So I'll bring my Lucas. Donato, is any card shows coming up in San Jose or San Francisco that you might know about?
San Jose for sure. I know they're coming out with a card show up there. I forget who is hosting it. But I know San Jose will have a couple card shows coming up in the next, maybe this month or even next month for sure. Look up on Instagram because people are posting things about it. I've been seeing flyers pop up.
Go on Instagram and look for the show locator, which is my friend Donald. You know Donald. It's called At the Show Locator, and he usually posts almost all the shows in the California area. Joseph, Miss Sports Card says the great curator is her uncle. Do you know Miss Sports Cards?
Yeah, she's based. I don't know if he's joking with me about this because if she said that, I'm going to be really mad because I don't think I'm that much. I don't think I'm that much older than her, to be honest. But she's based out of Tampa, Florida, and she does mostly soccer. And she runs a sports card shop, the Tampa Bay Sports Card Shop, I think it's what it's called. But she's really cool, and she's got some great soccer inventory.
Yeah, isn't there a term you say like Vietnamese for like uncle, or you call like friends who are uncle?
Right, but I think she's Korean, so she shouldn't be calling me that. You know, I don't think she's that much younger than me.
I know.
You know. Okay, let's see. Let's go through this here. We're almost at the end, guys. Almost at the end.
Jay Thorne, hey, what's your game plan for the Dallas card show? Sell a lot, baby. Let's sell a lot.
Game plan is we go there Thursday. We set up the show, which goes till about 9 o'clock, and then we trade night after that, which is going to be slow because people are filing in
on that Thursday night.
Yes, next day, Friday, we set up all day. Friday is a little bit slower because people are still working. Okay, and then they come in, but then trade night that night is crazy because everybody comes.
Wait, there's a trade night every single night?
Yes, these cards is like 20 hours a day of cards. You sleep for about 4 hours. That's it.
And then you lose your voice by Sunday.
Yes. Saturday's crazy card show all day. Saturday night trade show all night. That's the official trade night.
Which night?
Saturday. That's the one that's hosted by the card show. So that's going to go all night. These trade nights, they go from like 6 to like 2 a.m. Okay.
And these card shows are every night at the Marriott Hotel, correct?
Yes. And everybody's staying there, and everybody's got nowhere else to go because there's not like a lot of things to do in that little town where they have the card show, right?
It's called Allen, Texas.
Allen, yeah. So you go to the only time that you leave the hotel room is if you go to dinner. That's it. But the rest of the time,
are we going to eat? Are we going to be able to eat dinner?
We will eat dinner. We need to refuel. We need to have calories. So we will have a nice dinner together.
I'm not talking about chicken McNuggets or a Subway sandwich.
Yeah. So we're not going to be eating junk food.
Okay.
It'll be good dinners. I know a good ramen spot out there, so we'll go check it out. We'll get breakfast. We'll get breakfast before the shows too. So
Yeah,
don't
I
worry
got
about
to
that.
load up in our carbs.
Yeah, Sunday's kind of dead, but Sunday's the time that you can get some really good deals if you stay till the end, and then that's it. That's our schedule.
Yeah, I think my plane leaves like at 5, so I'm gonna have to leave early Sunday.
Right.
Now, are you coming on Wednesday night, or or Thursday?
Thursday.
Night?
I'll get
Okay.
there Thursday afternoon.
I'll be there Wednesday night, guys. So if there's anybody, probably not till about 10 or 11, but if y'all are up, let me know. Hit me up, okay?
Right.
Justin, not sure if this question has been asked, but what are your thoughts on redemptions now that Topps has been sold? Sell them away or take a chance redeeming?
Oh, if Topps has redemptions, I think that they'll still continue to honor that. So I don't.
Right.
I wouldn't be too worried about that. Panini redemptions, I would kind of get those in as soon as I can, because with redemptions, they're not obligated to honor those guys. Don't think that that's automatic. So, and they could take years. I've heard some people wait for like 2 years to get their redemptions sent in. So I'm not a big fan of redemptions. I think it's kind of dumb that they send you that white redemption card in the mail. Like, just send you something else. Why did they have to put it in there? So I'm not a big fan of that stuff. I would never buy a redemption card myself. But if you have one, I would just try to cash it in or get rid of it. I would not hold it for any reason.
Oh, here's a good question. I love this one coming up. Raul, also, what's your take on Star Wars cards? And does Disney Plus shows make a difference on their hype value? Yes, and yes for me.
Absolutely.
I love Star Wars.
Any comic stuff, comic stuff is always, and I would put Star Wars in there, right? Any comic stuff is always gets a bump depending on what type of media content gets released. So movies, TV shows, whatever, right? So Star Wars is one of the best IPs in all of the world, right? So I think that Star Wars is really an underrated market for cards right now, just because people haven't really paid attention. I mean, like Topps has Star Wars rights and they only make 2 sets right now. So when they start really focusing on that, I think that could be a huge play, because Star Wars people collect anything. If you're a Star Wars fan, you collect anything, like cups, toys, bed sheets, clothes. So there's no reason that you wouldn't collect cards also.
Yeah, I mean, I'm collecting a lot of the refractors and X-fractors from the Chrome Galaxy from this year, and I've got some great cards. I got some great Boba Fett's I'm taking to Dallas with me. I'm also buying Darth Vader, autographed of Christian Hayden's. Is it Haydenson, right? And then Obi-Wan Kenobi of Ewan McGregor, because they're reprising their roles in a Obi-Wan Kenobi mini-series this year. That's already out.
That's gonna be big. That's gonna be big.
Exactly. So yes, Disney Plus has a huge impact on Star Wars and on Marvel cards, for sure.
Right.
Merlin, what rare Kristoff cards do you have? Oh, they're just like some low number, serial number patch cards I have. They're like $100, $200. They're not much since Kristoff's. Sancho, will Fanatics do card grading? I've heard a lot of rumors about that. What, Dan, do you know anything?
I mean, we're just speculating. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't think that I don't see why they would do card grading. Like if they manufacture the cards and then they send them to grading and they come back anything less than a 10, it just looks like they have poor quality control. So I don't see how they would or why they would do anything like that. I don't think there's a need for them to do that unless they buy one of the grading companies.
Well, that's what I heard. I heard there was a rumor that they were going to collaborate with CSG, but that was just a rumor.
Okay.
I haven't heard much since. Have you heard anything about that?
No, I don't know anything about that, but I would just say the only play that I could see them doing is if they could send their best cards that are guaranteed 10s and then they could sell the 10 card. That would be the only thing I could see them doing. But to offer a grading service, I don't know. I don't see how that would work out unless they offer some type of membership where you could send your cards to get graded through the membership and get a discount or something like that. But that just seems like an unnecessary service to have.
Are you buying the hockey and soccer hype, or is it just hype? I'm buying. I don't know much about hockey, but I'm buying the soccer hype for sure.
I would say yes, because I am preparing for the World Cup. I think that that's going to be very fun to be part of. When the World Cup comes, guys, you want to have cards so that you could be part of that. You could feel it, right? So that excitement is going to be fun. Hockey, I'm not super into hockey, but I am looking at one or two particular hockey cards I don't want to mention right now. I may pick them up just for the hell of it, because they go along with what I collect. That's the hint that I'll give you guys.
Yes,
but
I think I figured that one out already.
But other than that, I really have no interest in hockey.
What is Yoda's rookie? Well, that's definitely the Topps Empire Strikes
1970.
Back.
Is it
1980? 80.
Is it 1980?
80,
Did he have one that came out in 1977? No,
no. There's no start. Yoda wasn't invented until Empire Strikes Back.
Okay, yeah. So it's going to be one of those early Topps sets.
But if you want to find a rare one, and I have one of Boba Fett, it would be the O-Pee-Chee brand, not the Topps.
Mm-hmm.
Matt says, when did you set up your first show?
This is where I met you, Merlin. This was at the.
Oh, it was? That was your first show?
No, well, that was my second show. Okay, but I'll just I'll count that as.
I didn't know. I thought you'd been doing this for like 10 years.
No. That was like when I was just first starting to break in. But that was at the premiere show when we first met each other, and you're doing your Merlin Does It card show vlog.
Yes.
Which you can see us. You can see us. We're in that one. That's still up, right?
Yeah, that was what, like May? Right?
No, that was like March, I think. Something like that.
It was April or May.
Yes. Well, sometime like my first card show.
I didn't get my shot until April, so I wasn't.
Okay, so my first card show would have been in February of this year.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow.
Where I set up as a vendor.
Guy. What are your thoughts on vintage Star Wars cards from the original trilogy? Yes, if you can find them graded, I would definitely invest anything like 9 or higher.
Yeah, those are going to be a big play, guys. I used to have a couple. I sold them. I kind of regret selling them, to be honest. They're hard to find in high grades.
They are,
and I think that they will be the most coveted ones out of all Star Wars when Star Wars becomes a collectible category.
But again, if you're gonna if you seek one that's a PSA 10, then be prepared to pay a lot for it.
Right. Okay, this will be our last question, and then we'll wrap it up.
Sancho, are there any Yoda autos?
Well, I have not seen any.
That would have to be Frank Oz.
Yeah,
autos,
I would have. I would imagine. I would imagine they do, because they have a lot of voice actors, like the guy who plays, I don't even know, Chewbacca or something like that. They have like autographs of the voice actors and the people who wore the costume. So I would imagine that they would have something like that.
Yeah, look for Frank Oz. I don't know who does the Yoda voice now currently, but it used to be Frank Oz, the original.
Okay, guys. So that was it. We'll wrap it up here. We got through all the questions. If we missed yours, I'm so sorry, but we'll get them in the next time. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with tonight. Hopefully you got some value out of the conversations. This was super interesting. We went 2 hours. We always say that we're only going to go an hour.
Yeah, we always say people.
we're only going to do an hour, but the chats are so great and the interaction with you guys is so awesome that the time just flies by. But me and Merlin, we have to go have dinner with our families right now. So we will say goodbye to you, Merlin.
Yeah, let's make sure we'll have one more next Tuesday before I head out to Dallas on Wednesday and you head out to Dallas on Thursday. And like I said, we've got to start our podcast. So Dan, make sure you leave those podcast links in your videos, and I will do the same. Check out my channel as well at Merwell Cards. Check out my Instagram.
Please subscribe. Subscribe to our new podcast.
Because I also have a new vlog as well that's pretty cool. That was at Diamond 9 Sports, and Sasha T's on there. And you'll get a lot of information packed there. And come see us if you're at the Dallas show next week. But again, we'll see you next Tuesday. So Dan, it was a pleasure. I'll talk to you